This was a losing trade that I took yesterday. Now, you can see I did take the trade, got stopped out, and the trade moved in my direction. When I was making a lot of trading mistakes, one of the mistakes that I used to do when I had a losing trade like this was step number one, tell myself I don't really care about the money. So I close the computer and go out for a walk. Now, in my part of the world, the New York session opens at around 5 p.m. So when I get stopped out at around 6 p.m., I go for an evening walk. Now, this is where the problems begin. I go for that walk, and then in that walk, I am imagining of all these scenarios of how I'm going to lose the next trade and the next trade and the next trade, imagining the worst case scenarios. When I am coming back from the walk, I decide to grab a box of cookies on the way home just to distract myself. Remember, I told myself that I don't really care about the money that I lost, but in reality, I am just afraid of confronting that uncomfortable emotion of the pain of loss. So I start eating away all these cookies. Now, in my program, I have a strict eating routine. Now I have violated my eating routine. So when I go to sleep, I feel like shit and I feel like a failure because I've not only failed in the markets, but I've failed as an individual. The next day is when the most damage occurs, because rather than wait for this specific setup that I usually trade, now I have lost complete confidence based off of one losing trade. I have lost confidence in my trade, and now I am starting to look at, okay, what else do I know about the markets? And I have already changed my strategy. So if this is you, this is how I overcame this mistake. Number one is I have a solid strategy. By solid, I mean I understand this strategy to the core. Why it behaves the way it does. I understand the entries, the exits, and I also understand my win rate ratios. I know I have a specific number of losing trades that I will have during the month, so it does not really worry me. Now, I have broken down my strategy very, very simply. I had this failed breakout on Thursday. Now, on Friday, I was selling, and then on Monday now, I was looking for a sell high setup. Now, I'm looking for a sell high setup at the high of the day. And then I am looking for a very specific thing in my timing window, which is 8 to 11. I'm looking for a pump, pause, breakout, and then for the move down. So we got the pump from 8:15. We got this pump. Then we got the pause. Then we got the breakout. And then this candle. So you can see this red candle. This was my entry. And then I put my stops, I think 2 or 3 pips above that high. Now I did get stopped out because of the spreads, but look at that setup. Price went back to the low of the day and the low of the previous day. This is how this setup behaves. I also have a free mentorship program teaching this same strategy. Link will be in the description. The second thing that I did to counteract this feeling of failure is I'm not looking at the results but at the process. Did I follow the rules according to my strategy? Then if I followed the rules, this was a winning trade because I learned something about my strategy. The last thing that I did was I focused on me winning on my individual goals. My fitness goals, my financial goals, my dating goals, all of those things require specific actions throughout the day. If I focus on the actions that build the habits that bring success, then if I do them consistently every day, I am a winner regardless of the results that I get from a specific trade setup. So those are the things that I have done so far to change the way that I view losing trades, and so far I am not disappointed. So if you're constantly doubting yourself when you have losing trades, try doing all that. And if you got value from today's video, subscribe. See you in the next video.